defensively, and statistically, they were the best in the league last year.
You know, Ernie, when you have multiple players on the all-defensive team, you have Andrew Bogut, you got Draymond Green, guys who are lockdown defenders, you are going to be a great defensive team. And they've held their best field goal percentage against teams last season, 42%.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. We're live at the United Center where the Chicago Bulls have home court advantage. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the final.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
Now here's Curry. Good D by Gasol. Butler kicks to Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Both free throws good from Rose. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
They get it back. Gibson against Green. And the Bulls with another miss. Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the dunk by Barnes.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Dunleavy dishes to Gasol. Curry passes to Green. Thompson in the corner. They grab their own miss. Barnes. And Butler sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. Just tentative in the paint. Lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Here's Dunleavy, and that's good off the glass that time. Curry with it. And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Gasol with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Dishes it to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Bulls trail by 3. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And Gibson kicks to Rose. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Warriors leading by 3. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
And as always, Doris, thank you. So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Now here's Iguodala. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Here is Brooks. Moore with it. Barbosa picks him up. And Noah with the slam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And he sinks the second. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Now here's Iguodala. Following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
You look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another thing, they've done a great job early of creating chaos on defense, being disruptive and getting steals through the first half of today's game.
Here's Moore. Following the score by Golden State. Back to Brooks. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Here's Mirotic. Misses from close range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Iguodala gets the bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch, immediately making the defense pay.
What's up, y'all?
Over to the left wing. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
Nobody even close to him, and
y'all
he
see
can't
that?
believe he doesn't knock it down.
A great 1-2 punch.
Yeah, baby.
Nasty jam.
And he just big boy
Being Chicago
right there.
boys,
The height
man.
advantage he's got down low.
Yeah, I noticed he
really
got
difficult for them to defend.
12 seconds
Chicago
left to
losing,
play in the
bruh.
first quarter. Brooks outside. Pass to Moore. Tries it from the top of the key, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
And really the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
And so,
Yeah.
and before the game, Star Center
Chicago losing, man.
talked about the
You know what's that guy
intensity
right
of
now?
this Chicago Bulls team.
Chicago
I feel like
losing.
we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a
You're not
great
a
feeling
good
to
team
be.
in the NBA.
I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished 5, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin.
20,
even the addition of
18,
Gasol with
man.
his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
You think you're doing something.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra
Tied
pass
up.
throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Livingston is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Rush in at the small forward.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Clark dishes to Spates. It's deflected.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here is Holiday. Rose passes to Butler, and that one's good. Now it's a 6-point Bulls lead.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above. 50%, which is pretty strong.
And there's Noah on the assist by Holiday. And that's now 6 points for Joakim Noah. Warriors trail by 8. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. A 3-pointer off the mark. And the Bulls with possession. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Got a piece of it. And now in transition, here we go. Iguodala. And the basket good. Space baby.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition. I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the Brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And here is Butler after the 3-pointer from Andre Iguodala.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Yeah, showing some strength in the paint there. Tough rebound.
And stolen by Spates. The feed to Rush. He kicks it to Livingston. Spates sets a screen. Down low, stolen by Noah. Rose attacking, ripped away. And here is Iguodala. He has 7. Here's Spates. But they get it back. Second chance shot. He lays it in.
Come on, it's cheering, man.
He's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now. Looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Mirotic. And again, no good by Chicago.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Here's Dunleavy following the basket by Stephen Curry. It's stolen by Green. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall.
Nice work on the inside.
Yeah, baby.
Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's Dunleavy following the basket by Stephen Curry. Got a piece of it. Here's Thompson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And for the Bulls, an injury is a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For Chicago, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Free throw drops for Dunleavy. And both free throws good for Dunleavy.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Here's Azili. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Warriors shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And the first half comes to a...
Guys, I'm here with...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is...
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shots, even the tough ones.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. You know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy. His dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by Gibson. That's a 2 from Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Barnes has got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there. 1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here. Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then. And that's over a decade later. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Curry with the steal. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. And it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Curry. Jumps up. And it's Barnes slapping it down.
This is a nice third-quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
Time called here, and the Bulls decide to talk it over.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And Mirotic subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. And he makes both free throws. You can point to any number of things, Clark, the Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long.
I saw one in the last time I saw it on the floor, I picked it back up and put it on.
Long partner hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
Stolen by Rose. And they're on the break. Here's Butler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
It's been a solid outing for Butler. He's got 10 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for Chicago. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Rush with the steal. Iguodala dishes to Clark. And Butler sends it back. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Mirotic. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Here's Clark, lays it in off the breakaway. And now it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
The Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in.
See, they push him
for the
in with
Warriors. Vasili's
man.
checked in for Rush. Barbosa comes in for Ian Clark. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Barbosa kicks to Azili. Great defense that time from Noah. Bulls trail by 8.
32.
Mirotic, the pass to Brooks.
32.
Butler on the way.
Okay.
Pass to Mirotic, and Steph Curry with the foul. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve, effective in the playoffs. really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott, and whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
And that one falls for Mirotic.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
Ejuan Moore is checked in for Jimmy Butler.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player,
61.
much less a rookie. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more
32.
fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Golden State moving the ball around. Stolen by Brooks. Inside. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 5 and a bucket for McDermott.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Now the dish to Curry. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Shoots from 12. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Curry's got 12. Here's Brooks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Yeah, sloppy D there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Extremely untidy on the defensive end. I mean, when he gets it in that close, that's an easy bucket.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Rose gets a wide open look. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Bulls trail by 3. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes and it's small forward. Outside for Curry. Stolen by Rose.
Oh my God.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And Gasol gets it to go.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Well, the Bulls shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touch by Rose.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Green with a screen for Curry. Here's Bogut. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Gasol. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. They now take the lead. 16 points for Butler.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Wait, you didn't eat one?
Just beautiful when they play.
Here's Dunleavy. It's Chicago with another bucket. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Curry can't get it to go. The Bulls leading by 3. Here's Rose, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Golden State.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Curry dishes to Green. The pass to Barnes. Shot to stop the run. Bullseye.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. Full throttle ahead.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun,
Say
right?
that there,
Time
babe.
is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Thanks, Doris. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Green. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Back to Rose. Stolen by Thompson. Now the Warriors moving it up. Iguodala's running. The putback cleans up the mess with the savage putback flush. Now just a 1-point Bulls lead.
No tip required when you've got room to make the stuff.
Has some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, and guys, not wasting any time, just straight back up with it.
Here's Thompson. And that misses. That would have put him up.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Iguodala. 14 points for Steph Curry. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal. And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Outside, Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the paint. And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. And a miss there on the triple. The Warriors trail. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Here's Curry. And Gibson sends it back. Rose passes to Gibson. Elbow shot is on the way. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
It's stolen by Green. And Thompson kicks to Curry. There's the bucket, good. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Joakim Noah's checked in from Pau Gasol. Rose against Thompson. Here's Gibson. Boom, he chains it straight down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting them get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Curry, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 10 points in just the second half.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the
Yeah.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
.105 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Noah. No good. Great D that time from Green. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Nice D from Rose. Here's Chicago. Down low. He nails it. And we're tied up.
Boy, right now, it's really tough to stop Rose.
Gibson against Green. The rebound by Gibson. And Chicago has possession. It's Noah with the drive from 12 feet out. And it's Rose missing. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Kicks it to Gibson. Can't cash in. On its way from Curry for two.
Yeah.
Time expires and we're going to overtime. From the United Center. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. And it's the Warriors to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Curry in at the point guard. And that one's good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now here's Barnes. And here's Green outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. That's 10 points for Draymond Green. And it's Rose penetrating.
What a game for Rose. He's got 8 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you if they don't get 2 possession game.
Thompson from long range. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Chicago trailing here. Over to the wing. Here's Dunleavy. Nails the wide open jump shot. Dunleavy's got 4 points in the quarter. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. Green missing again.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Dunleavy dishes to Gasol. They get it again. Here's Gibson. Oh, and they take the lead. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Butler in the corner. Good on the baseline, Jay. Butler's got 21 in the game. Warriors trail by 4. Bogut the pass to Curry. Looking to end the run. And the shot falls short this time.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have. Gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 6. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first overtime. A around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. And finished off by Bogut.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Chicago calls timeout. They're up by 4. 1:02 left in the first overtime. Tipped away. Curry with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Barnes. It's tipped. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Pushing it up. Ahead. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Butler.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
And he commits the intentional foul. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Gasol now top of the key. And that's an intentional foul.
It's been tough for them to try to slow down Gasol. He has 9 points and also 3 steals.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Great open look there. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Here's Rose. And now we've got the intentional
Foul
foul.
me, bro. Again, baby.
First free throw
Wet.
is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game.
35, baby. 35. Tara, they're losing, Tara.
Timeout called
My
the
team winning.
Warriors.
Huh?
They're behind by 8. We got 22 seconds left in the first overtime. What do you think, guys?
And look,
Yeah.
this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that
Foul
screen
me
in that
again.
particular play.
And so they
He
foul
fouled.
intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really
Oh, I got
wanted.
95. They
one more,
found
though.
me. I'm the bull.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Gasol's shot is good.
97.
Letting the guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
It's Curry outside, but they'll get another chance. Passes it to Barnes.
I could change, you
Feeds
know
to
that,
Curry.
right?
Beyond the arc. Bogut kicks to Curry.
Game,
A
I
three
won,
from
look.
Barnes. And
That's
so
it,
it's
I
Chicago
won.
winning this one. And
That's
they
how
had
you
some
gonna
nervous
do
moments
it.
down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.
Yeah, man, it's game
And
right
time
there,
now to
man. I'll beat them.
Courtside as we
Yeah,
send
I
you
beat
to
them,
Doris Burke.
man.
Now, can I try to bring in something?
Not yet.
But this is my only time to play.
Ch- 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 ch-
We're on